Hi, we're going to work on the functions of objects. By functions, I mean, what do we use the object for? Yep, that's what the function would be. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at an activity where I will name what we use an item for or its function, and you, from three pictures, will have to pick which item that function is for. All right, it will make more sense as we get started. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, and we're going to make this full screen. Here it comes. Okay, function questions. All righty, let's go up here. All right, what do you use to take a bath? We have three items here. Can you name this one? Couch, blender, bathtub. So which one would you use to take a bath? Let's see if we can do an annotate here where I will maybe just draw something here on the correct one. Okay, so, and I might move myself down. The one we use to take a bath is, if I can do a decent circle, what? It's kind of slow. The bathtub. Okay, that took quite a bit of time, and I don't think they will let me switch pages with that. So I think we're going to undo, and we're not actually going to circle things because it just takes too much time. Oh, well, it was worth a try. Okay. All right, so yeah, we're going to use a bathtub to take a bath. All right, let's look at our next thing. What do you put in a lamp? Well, we have three things. We have a spatula, a light bulb, and a pan. What do you put in the lamp? Yeah, you got to put in the light bulb. Good job. What do you use to measure ingredients? Our choices are a rake, measuring spoons, or a spray bottle. What do we measure ingredients with? Yes, when we're cooking, we need those measuring spoons. Which thing can you lock? We have a broom, a door, and a wheelbarrow. Yes, you can lock a door. What do you use to make coffee? Well, looks like we have maybe a dryer, a coffee maker, and a sewing machine. So yeah, we're going to make coffee in the coffee maker. Let's see, we need to do that. There we go. All right, now the rest of them, I'm going to not name the item and see if you could figure it out. Which one? What do you use to wash clothes? Yeah, the washing machine, not the iron or the hoe, I believe it is, for working in a garden. What do you use for light? Got it? Yep, we use a lamp for light, not a mixing bowl and spoon or a stove and oven. What do you use to mix ingredients? Yep, the mixer and the mixing bowl, not the microwave or the shovel. What do you use to sleep? Yeah, the bed, not the oven, or maybe that's a dishwasher, I'm not sure, or the chair. We use the bed to sleep. What do you use to hang up clothes? Yep, the hanger, not the alarm clock or a mop. What do you use to dry your hands? Yep, a towel, not silverware, which is what a fork and knife are called, and not a key. What do you use to throw away trash? Yep, the garbage can, or we could call it a trash can, not a baby bottle or a knife. What do you use to wash your hands? Soap, not the refrigerator or a toaster. What do you wear on your hands? Pretty silly, right? Yeah, we wear gloves on our hands. We can't wear a vacuum or a feather duster on our hands. What does a baby sit in? It's right there, right? What do we call that the baby's sitting in to eat? High chair, not the quilt or the ironing board. What do you use to cook? Pretty silly. Yes, you use a pan, or sometimes we could call that a pot. We do not cook in the toilet. That would be nasty. Or we don't cook with a remote control. What do you use to water the grass? Yep, you use the hose and the sprayer to water the grass, not a coffee cup or a TV. What do you use to wipe your mouth? Yes, a napkin, not a recycling bin or a sponge. What do you use to cut the grass? Yes, the lawnmower, not the garden spade or the fire or the hydrant or faucet. What do you eat on? Yes, the table, not the dishwasher or a watering can. What do you use to hold your clothes? Mhm. This, it's a dresser, not toilet paper or a measuring cup to hold your clothes. We need the dresser. What do you use to plant a flower? Yes, you would plant a flower in the planter, not a sink or a fan. What do you use to hold your mail? Why not a mailbox, right? We wouldn't use a camera or a newspaper. What do you put on your food? Yeah, I think salt, not a Christmas wreath or a rug. What do you use for light when you go outside? Yes, it has to be a flashlight, not a baking sheet or an oven mitt. What do you sit on? Mm-hmm, the couch. We don't sit on the blender or sit on the bathtub. We are in the bathtub. We sit on the couch. What do you use to flip pancakes? Yes, the spatula, not the light bulb or the pan. What do you use to clean the counter? Yep, probably the spray bottle with some cleanser inside. We'd spray it and then wipe it. But we wouldn't use the measuring spoons or a rake to clean the counter. What do you use to sweep? Yes, we would use a broom to sweep the floor. We don't sweep with a door or a wheelbarrow. What do you use to sew clothes? Yes, a sewing machine. We don't use a coffee maker or the dryer to sew our clothes. What do you use to dig? Yes, you could dig with that hoe. We would not use an iron or a washing machine to dig. What do you use to mix ingredients? Say you're baking something. You're going to mix some ingredients. Yes, you're going to use the bowl and the spoon if you don't have a mixer. Okay, we wouldn't use the lamp or the oven or the stove top to mix the ingredients. What do you use to dig? Well, here we would use the shovel to dig, not the microwave or the nice mixer. What do you use to bake? Yes, we would use the oven to bake. That's where cakes and cookies and casseroles and wonderful things to eat get baked. We do not bake with a chair or a bed. What do you use to clean the floor here? Yes, the mop. We cannot clean the floor with an alarm clock or a hanger. What do you use to unlock the door? Yes, you would use a key, not silverware or a towel. What do you use to cut food? Yes, the knife, not a baby bottle or a trash or garbage can. What do you use to toast bread? Yes, a toaster. Toast bread, so we call it a toaster. We would not use a refrigerator or a bar of soap. What do you use to dust? Yes, the feather duster, or you could just use a cloth. But you would not use your vacuum or your gloves to dust. What do you use to iron? Well, one thing you need is an ironing board to lay the clothes on. You wouldn't use a baby or a blanket. What do you use to change the TV channel? Yep, the remote. You wouldn't use the toilet or the pan, would you? What do you use to drink coffee? Yeah, the coffee cup. We wouldn't drink coffee from a hose. And the TV, we can't drink out of that at all. What do you use to recycle? Yes, you could put things in a recycling bin and then take them to a recycling center. We would not put things or use a sponge to recycle or a napkin to recycle. What do you use to turn on water outside? Yes, this outside hydrant or faucet is how you get water outside. You would not use the garden spade or the lawnmower. What do you use to water plants? Yes, put water in this. It's called a watering can, and that's what you can water your plants with. You would not use the dishwasher or a table. What do you use to measure ingredients? Yeah, this measuring cup works for liquid or watery kind of ingredients. We wouldn't use the dresser or the toilet paper to measure ingredients. What do you use to cool off? Yeah, a fan can help us cool off. We wouldn't use the sink or the planter. What do you use to take a picture? A camera. We could also use a cell phone, but we don't have a picture of that here. So the camera to take pictures. We would not use the mailbox or a newspaper to take a picture. What do you hang on the door? Yes, it has to be the Christmas wreath. You can't hang a rug or a salt shaker on the door. What do you use to bake cookies? Hmm. Well, I'm thinking you might use two things here. Uh-huh. What two do you think? Yep, I think you might use this like a cookie sheet to put your cookie dough on, An oven mitt so you don't get burned when you're taking it in and out of the oven. Okay. What do you use to blend ingredients? Yeah, the blender. Maybe you're making a smoothie, so you put all the parts in there and you blend it up. You wouldn't use a couch or a bathtub to blend ingredients. What do you use to bake a cake? Yep, the cake pan, not a light bulb or a spatula. What do you use to rake leaves? Yes, the rake, not measuring spoons or a spray bottle. What do you use to move dirt? Yeah, you put the dirt in the wheelbarrow and then you wheel it somewhere. You couldn't use your door or a broom to move dirt. What do you use to dry clothes? Yep, the clothes dryer, not a coffee pot or sewing machine. What do you use to iron clothes? Well, remember we had that other slide where we had an ironing board. Now we would need the iron, not the washing machine or the hoe. What do you use to cook? Yep, you're going to use your stove top to cook, and sometimes you can use your oven when you're doing your baking, which is kind of like cooking. Okay, so that's what we're going to use to cook, not the lamp or the mixing bowl, because the mixing bowl is for mixing. What do you use to make popcorn? Yep, the microwave, not the shovel or the mixer. What do you use to sit on? Yep, a chair, not the stove or the dishwasher, I guess that is, the dishwasher or the bed. You use the chair to sit on. What do you use to tell time? Yep, that alarm clock, not the hanger or the mop. What do you use to eat? Yep, the fork and the knife, which we call silverware, not the key or the towel. What do you use to feed a baby? Yep, babies need their bottles, not a knife or a garbage can. Babies need a bottle. What do you use to keep food cold? Yes, the refrigerator, and the top is the freezer. We wouldn't use the soap or the toaster to keep our food cold. What do you use to clean the carpet? Yep, the vacuum cleaner to clean the carpet. We wouldn't use gloves or a feather duster for carpet cleaning. What do you put on your bed? Yes, a blanket, not the baby in the high chair or the ironing board. And what do you use to go to the bathroom? Yep, the toilet, not the pan or the remote control. What do you watch? I like to watch some TV. I bet you do too. We watch TV. And what do you use to wipe the counter? Yep, the sponge, not the recycling bin or the napkin, because the napkin's to wipe your face. What do you use to plant flowers? Yep, you might have to dig the hole with this garden spade, not the lawnmower or the faucet hydrant outside. And what do you use to wash dishes? Yeah, this was a dishwasher, not a table or a watering can. What do you use to go to the bathroom? Not the toilet this time, but toilet paper. We need that. Not the dresser or the measuring cup to go to the bathroom. What do you use to wash your hands? Yep, the sink, not the fan or the planter to wash our hands. What do you use to read the news? Yep, the newspaper. We can read news in a newspaper, not the mailbox or a camera. And what do you put on the floor? Yes, a rug goes on the floor, Not the Christmas wreath or the salt shaker. Ah, and what do you use to take a pan out of the oven? Okay, here's where we need the oven mitt to take the pan out of the oven. So the other one, what did you use for baking? We probably would have just answered the pan. Okay, I didn't know there was going to be a separate question about this. All right, those were quite a few functions, and you got to work on picking out the item that was for the function or what the item was used for. I hope you had a good time, and I hope maybe you learned the names of some of those items if you didn't already know them. All righty, that's all for now. Bye-bye.